Good morning and welcome to Bladen Online. My name is Erin Smith, and this morning I have with me Mr. Harold Ford of Clarkton. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ford.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Well, Mr. Ford, I understand that you're a military veteran.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about your service. What branch of service were you in?
I was in infantry, and I did my basic training down in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and left there and went to Korea. Stayed over Korea a year, 1 month and 25 days. And I was on the front line on a place called Old Bawley and Bloody Ridge. I was in combat, on the front line, so I survived. Came back to the United States, and after a year and about a month and 25 days, I was in college when I got drafted, and I went to the Army, went overseas, came back, and went back to college. I was a football player, and the coach found out I was out of the Army, came and asked me, "Come on back over here and play football again." I went back to Fayetteville State, and played football 3 more years. Yeah, and I ended up being a sergeant, but that combat ain't no joke. I'll tell you that. But I survived. I didn't even get wounded, but I can't hear good though, because too many bombs going off near me, and that's when I have these hearing aids.
Well, tell me a little bit. You said you did see some combat.
Yes, ma'am.
Share some of your experiences with us. Some of the things that you experienced.
First, I got to Korea, and I came in from Seattle, Washington, and all the way to Japan, and Japan to Korea. And I got to Incheon, Korea, got off the boat out in the ocean and got on a little rubber boat, or whatever you call it, and got to land. And I was in an infantry outfit, and went up on the line. First place I was in a place called Old Bawley. That was the North Koreans. That's how we were engaged with the North Koreans. And stayed up there about couple months. Came off and stayed in the rear for a while. Moved a little farther down the line and went up on the line again. And what was called Bloody Ridge. And we were engaged with the Chinese at that time. First time was North Korean, next time was Chinese. And stayed up there about a couple of months, 3 months, about 2 months, a little longer. And I didn't ever get wounded, but I got bombs, Y'all know about bombs though. You see them fall, but hey, look at they were falling close to being here at that door. And that's when I can't hear good. And because I lost my hearing over there, but it came back. And it was good for a long time, and then all of a sudden I got so I couldn't hear. My wife said, she'd be talking to me and saying something, I didn't know what she was saying. Why you can't hear me? You hear everybody else. and then I better go I went to the VA, and they examined me, and the first thing the doctor asked me when he looked in my ears, have you had any loud noise going off near you? I said, yes sir, bombs. And that's when I got hearing aids, and you put the hearing in, and I can hear pretty good. I don't have them in there now, but I can hear pretty good. But somebody soft voice, I don't know what they're saying.
Well, tell us a little bit. You said that you were in college when you got drafted.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me when the draft notice came. Tell me how you felt when you got that.
First thing, I had been drafted you know how the local boards call you? I had been to the local boards. They had called me, and I got deferred. Okay, I thought I was through with the Army. I go to college. I'm up there 1 year, and they called me again. So I went back to be examined, and this time they must have needed some more folk from Scotland County. Cause I told them I was in college, I need to be staying there. The lady told me, said, it's time for you to go. And so I had to go to the Army, and I ended up down in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Basic training from there to Korea. Well, we stopped in Japan a little bit. You know, going across the ocean, we weren't flying no airplane, we were on a ship. And we ran into a storm out there going to Korea. But anyway, we survived. And I ended up staying in the back rear. They don't send you right on the front line as soon as you get there. You're in the rear, you know, like a company, but you staying in tents. You ain't have no house now.
Do you remember what years you were in service?
Huh?
Do you remember what year that was when they drafted you? When they told you you had to go?
Yeah, 51 to 53. I stayed in there. Yeah, cause see, I was in college, and they drafted me while I was in college. My first year, and then I went to the Army and stayed there for 2 years.
Now, tell me a little bit what coming home was like. What was that homecoming like for you when you returned to the United States after you did your service?
First thing, when I got home, I had some money, you know. I went and bought a car, and I started driving all around. And my mama told me, said, there's something wrong with you, boy. I thought I was acting all right, but that must have not been. She said that to me. I said, good gracious, I thought I was acting right. I said, I better check myself. So anyway, what it was, I had this old car, and I was just driving. I'd drive all night and all kind of stuff. I wasn't coming home to go to bed. I reckon she thought I was crazy, which I was kind of crazy. and so I said I better straighten up myself, and so that's what I did. Cause you know, your mama telling you this kind of thing, you better, you know, she meant what she was talking about. And so I started doing what I was supposed to do.
But now, when did you return to college?
That next year, as soon as I got back home, maybe hadn't been there about a couple of months. Something they heard about I was home from the college. Coach came all the way from Fayetteville State down to find me, and said they called me Big Forward for some reason or another. I ain't big now, but I was a little bigger. I was a little bit stronger, a whole lot stronger than I am now. But and what are you doing? And so nothing. So he said, I want you back over there at Fayetteville State to play football. And so, yes sir, I'll be back there. I went back there, played football for 3 more years. Graduated, and ended up down here.
Well, tell me a little bit. I understand you were also a teacher and a coach.
Yes ma'am. I came here to be a teacher out here in Booker T. Booker T wasn't like it is now. It was wood buildings all around there. Wasn't no bricks. And I taught 7th grade for right many years. And then I moved from here to Clarkton High School. I left here and went to be assistant principal down at Clarkton High School. Integration.
Mm-hmm.
That's when, and then I think they thought I would be able to handle anybody, you know. Cause I had never been to, leadership school or anything like that. Mr. Hare was the superintendent, and he told me he wanted me down there. I don't know why he said that, but anyway, he thought I could handle anybody. and which I did. And that's,
Well, Mr. Ford, we thank you for joining us today, and we thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to check our website at www.bladedonline.com, and don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
yeah. Yes, sir. 2010. She was in line, you know how you in line.
Check our website at www.bladedonline.com, and don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.